Hey, it's been a minute. So I have some updates for you guys. It's been a while. Yes, I know. Um, and I probably left y'all in a weird place. And probably the last time I updated anyone was me being stuck in Colorado. Well, safe to say that I am back in Cali, and I have sporadically started to stream again. Crazy, right? I know. Give me a moment to lower the music just a tad bit. Um, I have sporadically started to stream on Twitch again. If you haven't noticed, I actually started streaming like a couple weeks ago. Um, I was stuck in Colorado for a good week, longer than I should have, and that was really concerning for me. And that was the first time I ever had car problems, like actual car troubles, and I was freaking out because I really had no clue what I was doing. Plus, I was running low on funds. But we were able to fix my car after like 2 days. Technically 3 days. I actually had to go to the dealership and ask them about my car because they were busy, or quote unquote busy. But as soon as I fixed it, I hung out for another night, and I just dipped back to Cali from Colorado. Um, and glad that there was no other troubles. I was gonna stay in when I arrived in Vegas. I was planning to stay a night or two, but it was only like 4.5 hours back to LA. So I was like, you know what, screw it, let's just go for it. So I just ended up driving straight from. I did a gas stop and then went straight to Cali, straight to LA. It was the longest 4.5 hours of my life because like that LA traffic hits hard. I don't think I was expected to arrive like at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. back to my parents' place, but I ended up coming back at 1 in the morning because of the traffics. And plus I just want to sleep. If my mom wasn't awake, I was just gonna sleep in the car with Moo, but she was awake, so and then I ended up just coming back and just passing out. Now that I'm back, I'm just looking for a job at this point. It's hard with the current market and the situation that everyone's living. My GoFundMe is still up. I haven't closed it. But I'm not advertising as much. So it's there. If you want to still donate, it's there. But I'm also I believe my PayPal for my streaming site is on. The donation page is still up as well there. So if you just want to donate through there, I don't think there's a I don't know if there's any taxes or any fees. I don't know how donations go, but there's a donation button on my Twitch channel if you want to support me there. As I was saying, I am officially back and streaming on Twitch. I don't have a schedule. I did have a schedule, but that fell through as usual. So my streaming schedules are sporadic as usual, and days I was trying to go for Fridays and Tuesdays, but that fell through. Um, I am limited on what I'm supposed to be streaming. That's because my CPU has been overheating. And yes, I've tried putting on new thermal paste, but I just could not get the cooler off of my CPU, and because of that, it is glued, stuck onto each other, and I tried prying it open, but I couldn't. So I'm just stuck with certain games. I can't stream like Apex and stuff. I can't have my model up and stream because that overheats the CPU, and then everything else lags. I can just do recordings. So luckily for YouTube, you'll get recordings of my VTuber model, but for Twitch, you'll just have a PNG. Um, so yeah, I can't even run Apex. I can't run certain games. I can barely run Minecraft for certain times, but I'm still able to play games and stream. My bitrate does go high, and once it starts to seem as if my streams are like in a what was it called, like a slideshow, that means my CPU is overheating, and that's a good time for me to end the stream pretty much. Which is like doesn't really happen until 8 hours in. Yeah, I stream for a long time though. Once I start streaming, I don't stop. Um, let's see. I'm actually, however, I am planning a donathon with some stretch goals on Twitch. Unlike a subathon where you know sub to me and adds a timer, I might do simple like goals for the donations and see where it leads to. I have a couple ideas, but I still need some more. I'm still willing to do some podcasts and upload as much as I can on YouTube side. I'm trying to do more vlogs. Actually, living in my car for a couple weeks actually got me to thinking, like, saying, I really dig this lifestyle, and I don't mind in the future buying a van, converting it into a livable space. And to be honest, I'm excited to do that though. I'm really dead set and centered on that. Like, I'm not going to be paying for rent. The only thing I'll be paying for is the car. If it's a new car, I'm most likely going to go for a used one because that's easier on the budget as well. Um, what else? Uh, yeah, the only thing I'll be paying for is pretty much internet, probably, and yeah, and some subscriptions if I have any. But it'll be mostly gas money and the internet, which I'm most likely gonna be getting Starlink. For Oh yeah, back onto the Donathon goals and ideas. One goal I had in mind, which is a stretch goal, is I don't know what the term stretch goal is. I still gotta figure that out. Is to do a face reveal, and I ask people around, how much should I do face reveal? They're like, do it. See, they're like, go for a lot. I'm like, really? I don't know. Um, I'm just thinking about it. Would it be, if it's gonna be really stupid expensive, then I will make it a cumulative goal. But if it's just a one-time donation and then just stream with the rest of my face on, then I'll just do a certain amount. I don't know, something like that. I'm still trying to figure it out myself, so I don't know. I had some ideas. So other than like it being a subathon where it adds timer every time you sub, there's no timer. I don't think I'm gonna do a timer this time because like I'm getting old, and I don't think I can last that long. I mean, if I end up doing a timer, it's gonna be, I'm gonna have a cutoff and then start the next day, so that could be consecutive streams instead of it being randomly. Hopefully, I have nothing else to do. But the only way I can do this is hopefully you guys can support me enough to the point where I don't have to worry about funds. I think, because like honestly, paying for that car is $750 a month, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be behind payments sooner or later. That's most of the updates I have for you guys. To be honest, that's all that's happening. I'm supposed to have a lockdown protocol stream soon. Don't know when. So getting some people for that. And I am about to drop you guys some heavy lore right now, like heavy deep lore. This is something that happened to me IRL. So this is my IRL lore and what happened to me with the so-called friends of mine. It happened like 6 years ago. Like hopefully everything passed by. I don't think they would still remember or not. So just the water. So I used to have a close-knit friend group back in middle school that I pretty much like grew with, like curated with. Like a new kid came into the school and I was like, he has no friends, he barely knows anyone. You know what, I'm gonna be the first person to go talk to him. So I talked to him. We were actually friends with another person and we just grew because the two new people, technically they had the same last name for some odd reason, but they weren't even related. They became friends. I made sure that everyone got to know them, and we just all became friends. And I actually saw him in high school, and I was like, hey, yo, let's just, because we were in band together, I was like, hey, yo, let's just see if they want to be friends too. So we actually, like, I was like, oh, wait, you're in my English class. Hey, and you're in band. I think we can, oh, you're Korean? Half Korean? Half Japanese? Oh, that's so cool. I always wanted to meet a Japanese person. Like, honestly, I think, like, middle school, like, there's barely any Japanese people, So meeting another Asian, it was pretty cool. In high school, technically, but there's a lot more Asians in high school. So I got really close to him as well, because he was in my English class. We both had somewhat similar ideas and interests, so I got, like, really close to him. And then my other friend in middle school. So, like, these two, I introduced these two together and they became friends too. So we were like pretty much the three musketeers. I consider these three people, or these two people, to be my closest friends and what I would like to call brothers. So we honestly, we go to each other's house, had sleepovers, we just, butt buddies, three of us. But somewhere down the line, I felt like I was being kind of left out, and those two were actually being more closer, which kind of got me jealous and stuff. But it's okay. I had like other friends there too, and we talk, we have fun, right? Um, and so I consider those two to be my brothers. Like we were just so close. Like honestly, like their family knew me. Their family, every one of my friends' family loved me, and that's because I know how to suck up to the adults, and I'm just very, how would say, um, I grew up, what was it called again? Appreciating my elders and making sure, like, I was like, I forgot that term. I'm making this at 7 in the morning, by the way. I forget that one term, but I'm just very, how would you call it? Respectful. There you go. I'm very respectful with my adults, like the elders. Like, sorry. I'm really respectful, and I know my boundaries. I know people's boundaries, and I just know what to cross, what not to cross. Um, Now this other information, like this is when we're in college. We had a bunch of group from high school, and then we added some more people that we met in college, and I was like making sure, hey, you want to meet up? You want to go do something? Hey, I think we're gonna go to the movies this weekend. You guys want to come? Hey, we're gonna go grab some food. You should join us. Like I made sure that everyone was involved, that everyone had at least a part in to say something in the discussion. I was making sure everyone was like having fun, because I like that. I love that when everyone's getting along, everyone's having fun. That was my goal. That was my optimism and my pretty much my optimistic view of everyone. Like I just want everyone to be nonchalant, close, happy, friendly. Yeah, there was like within that friend group. Not gonna lie, like some people dated each other, and then it broke the friend group a bit. But I made sure, like, hey, like, let me hear your story. Let me hear your story. Okay, I see what happened. You just want to break off. The other guy felt really bad, but we still kept in contact. He kind of grew further apart from the group, but I made sure I was still in contact, because I don't like seeing friends disappear and go because of a breakup. This is why dating within the friend group is really bad, because like it just breaks up the friend group in general, and it just makes a whole weird mess. Anyways, that's a different story for that. All right, so this actual story, it was right when COVID was about to hit. It was like 2019, so 6 years ago, right? I think we were discussing this around November, December of 2018, going into 2019. I decided, hey, yo, guys, to like four of my friends, I was like, you want to go back to Vegas? Because actually prior, the half Korean, half Japanese person, I actually went to Vegas with him, just us two, because everyone else was busy at that time. It was a spring break, and I was like, let's go to Vegas. Haha, we had fun in Vegas, and we're like, we should do this again next year, and we decided. So I asked four people, including that guy, yo, you want to go to Vegas again for the spring? Like, it was fun last time. You guys all want to join? They're like, yeah, sure. So we were planning. Wait. No, this was actually. I went with a different group. 5 of us. Anyway, this is the third trip, technically. Hey, this is our third trip to Vegas. My bad. My stories are kind of getting confused. It's just off in the bat. That's why. So I was like, hey, let's go to Vegas again. Like, let's just make this into an annual thing. Every spring break, let's just go to Vegas, have fun. Us being college kids, us being, kids, young adults. Let's do things on our own. No parents, no family members, just us. Homies, going to Vegas, partying, having fun, whatever, right? Yeah, the plan was set. From 4 of us, it became 5, 6 of us, and 7, 8, and then pretty much the whole group, technically, 10 of us. And I was like, we have a lot of people. Let's get an Airbnb or a big hotel. Now, one of our other friends coming back from the military was like, hey, my parents is going to Vegas too during that time. You want to hang out with my family or something like that? And I was like, oh, no, you can do things with your family. I feel like that's like a family vacation. That's for you guys to do. I don't want to intrude on anything. I don't want to do. I mean, like, yeah, we can hang out, meet up, time with family, but I really don't want to, intrude on your family personal space, pretty much, because his family was having a timeshare and stuff, and it was pretty much a family vacation with him. So I was like, you can hang out with us, you can hang out with your family. We'll pretty much make time, make room and stuff so that we can all hang out and stuff, right? Yeah, nothing. Like I thought that was it. Now my other friend that I met in middle school, he he was like, hey yo, if they're going and there's 10 of us, why don't we just jump in on their timeshare and just room with them? And I dead ass looked him in the eye and was like, bro, this is our thing. Yeah, it would be great and it would be less cost, it would be cost efficient for us to, room with them, but they're having their own family vacation. Like, I don't want to intrude on that stuff. Like, I mean, of course, yeah, his family is like they're all very nice. Like, oh, you can join us. You can be whatever. But me also being nice and like knowing my boundaries and respecting my elders and another group of family that I don't want to intrude. Like, oh no no no! I think it'll be better for us to get our own rooms so that we can still hang out during the trip. But like, I don't want to intrude on some family stuff. Like, do you get what I'm trying to get into right now? Like, I had that boundary. That guy did not. He was like, oh, dude, they're going. That's free room for us. That's cost efficient. Let me turn off my heater. So I'm like, bro, that's not how you should do things. Like, I, I was like, honestly, I was like, not having it. Like, I was thinking, isn't that just rude? They're having their own family vacation. Like, to be honest, like, I mean, it depends on the person and their situation, but like, I don't know. That actually questioned me of saying, yo, like, what happened to our trip? I thought it was just us, homies, friend group, I was getting pissed at that point. And I have, back then, earlier, it was like my earlier college years and stuff, I used to jump the gun a lot. I used to make rash decisions without me thinking it, which was really my fault. And I own up to those mistakes. Like, I I did some dumb, stupid things back then, and like that was not my brightest one. Like, I've done stupid things, but that pretty much takes the cake. Um, like, I jumped the gun on that situation. I said, yo, I made excuses of not wanting to go now, because like they just wanted to. They just wanted to, jump on the free costs and stuff, and I really did not like that. So like, I did tell them, hey, I don't want to do that. Like, that's just rude. But they did not hear me. I actually voiced it out multiple times. I posted on the messages multiple times saying, hey, that's let's not do that. Let's just do our own trip. My messages were being like flooded and overlooked, which also pissed me off even more. So I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going, guys. Like, I made an excuse and I said I'm not going. I ended up doing something wrongful to my friend at that time, and which I jumped the gun on that. Like, that was my mistake. I blocked him because I was just pissed at not him but at my other friends, and like I just had to cool off at someone, so I blocked him, which I think was really unfair. He had no clue what was going on, and I regret doing that because like that shit is really unfair. Like, he had no part in it, and I ended up just blocking him. Like, I unblocked him. I didn't re-add him. Everyone else. So like that's where it all started, and it triggered the rest of them, pretty much the rest of the people, and they all decide, yo, let's just cut him off now. So everyone actually decided to cut contacts with me, and pretty much the guy that said let's jump onto the timeshare, that guy, my middle school friend, he decided to say, yo, let's kick Day out. Let's kick him from the friend group. What did he do to you? Alright, write that down. What did he do to you? Write that down. So if they all got things that happened in the past, like something that happened in high school, something in middle school, and they wrote it down, and they were like, because you did this, I don't want to be friends with you. Because you did this, I don't want to be friends with you. And I was like, so you decide to bring up stuff that happened in the past, but not bring it up to me? Like, we're friends, but apparently we're not really friends. Like, if you had something to say about me during that time, why didn't you tell me so I could fix that? You know, I mean, we no one did, and I thought, you know, like if you don't tell someone anything about what you did wrong, it's just gonna go fly by you through the head. They're just gonna make that same mistake until you tell them something about it. Like, really, what can you do? Like, if they're just bringing up old stuff. Um, so the guy that decided, you know, that was pretty much orchestrating everything was actually, he actually made a PowerPoint about me, of what I did. He had apparently receipts or something like that, and I was like, excuse me, what? Now, here's another really effed up thing that happened on during this fallout was the other friend, us three musketeers. It's getting confused. But the three musketeers, that one half Korean, half Japanese guy, he let me borrow some money in Japan. But you know what he told me specifically? You don't have to pay it back. I'm like, no, really, I can pay it back to you. I should pay it back to you, like, because during that time we went to Japan, and oh my god, that's another story that I don't really want to get into. But like, I gave everyone cheap flights, and I used all my connections to help them get cheap stuff, and you know, make sure their like flight was comfortable. I did everything in my power to help them. Anyways, I was getting curb stomped. Anyways, in Japan, I was actually running low on funds, and I was like, yo, guys, I might have to call it quits. I might have to actually, you know, fly back on my own, or just call my parents and ask for more money. You know, all that stuff, right? Just get something from savings. So my friend's like, hey, Dave, you can borrow some money from me. You don't really have to pay it back. Quote unquote, you don't really have to pay it back. We're friends, duh. Quote unquote friends. When we actually got back to the U.S., I paid them back so fast because I don't like owing people money at all, and I don't really like to ask help or ask people to give me money, because that's just, I don't want to be a beggar, you know. But you know, when life happens, it happens. Anyways, he brought that stuff up, and in my head, I was like, what is he talking about? He specifically told me I don't have to pay him back, but I did pay him back. Yeah, it took a little bit longer, but I still ended up paying him back. He asked me what the money was for. I was like, the trip from Japan, duh. And he really didn't know how to respond to that. I was like, hey, I paid you back. That's done. He brought that stuff out. And I was like, he said, you paid it late. And I'm like, in my head, I was just processing, you told me that I don't have to pay it back, but I decided to pay you back anyway. So really, I don't know what happened there. Like, really? You're really bringing that out? And that confused me the most. Someone I thought was my brother pointed that out, and I was like, F you. And the other person that made a PowerPoint about me, can you believe that? He made a PowerPoint. We were best friends. I can't believe he did that to me. He has all the receipt, all the things that apparently I did wrong, and he made a PowerPoint. I don't know what the PowerPoint is. My other friend does. He knows what it is, and I was like, can you just tell me? I really want to know what he said about me. Like, I'm just curious. I really want to do. I really do. But I feel like I scarred him to the point where he made a PowerPoint. I really don't know how and why. So, in the end, like, we had this falling out. I actually wanted to try and talk to these people, because, like, what's your reasoning and stuff? And they were just bringing up old past stuff and decided, you know, just cut off the contacts with me. And yeah, so that's that. But I was like, hey, if you guys still want to talk to me, you guys, I'm not burning down my bridge. It's up to you guys if you want to burn that bridge. Really, there was a lot of people, like half the people were really hesitant on doing that, because they were really hesitant of keeping me as a friend or not. And the other group was adamant of me cutting off contacts. So there was actually one guy. One guy was straight up saying, hey, yo, I wanted an apology too. And I was straight up and was like, I did nothing to you. Why would you want an apology? You want an apology? Fine, sorry. And he didn't like that. I was like, because this guy, he was like, I want an apology too. And I was like, why do you need? I did not. He was not involved. He was not involved, and he wanted an apology. And I was like, Why would you want an apology? You're not involved in this. You came in because everyone else was getting one apparently. It's like, yeah, I want an apology. I'm like, well, I mean, he was one of the guys that did not want to be friends with me. I don't know why. And it was funny. In Japan, he had a problem that happened in Japan, and I helped him. I helped him fix that problem, and I helped him. Like, I was there for him. I was like, hey, yo, you don't have to worry about it. These things are just scams, so and so. I made sure that he was good. And this is what I get in the end. This is BS, right? You know, not to say anything bad about, you know, Japanese people, but all of them were Japanese that were pretty much adamant of not being friends with me, which is crazy. I love Japanese people. I love Japanese culture. I love all cultures, to be honest, but like that's just crazy that they decided to cut me off. The people that were pretty much Japanese. Yeah, so I did end up that one friend that I blocked. I unblocked him and I apologized to him. It's like, hey, sorry. Like I ended up rushing it. You did nothing wrong. It was my fault, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this apology is late because I just had to process everything pretty much. I was like, how would I, you know, give you a heartfelt apology and, you know, accept that it was my fault to doing that. You know how he replies, like, your apology is too late. You should have just done it right away. Whew, bro, that got me pissed even more. I was like, I know it's my fault, but like, each person is different. Like, yeah, you're probably in the military, so you can apologize right away. But is it really a true heartfelt apology? Did you make it from your heart? Like, I started arguing with him at that point. I was like, I'm done with you. Like, you went into the military and you have a military mindset. You cannot be changed. And I don't want to deal with that anymore. He's a good guy, to be honest. Before the military, he was a really fun guy. He was good, but the military did change him. He's a little more hard ass now. Like, I did tell him, hey, I did not want to give you a half-assed apology. Like, at least, are you gonna accept this apology? Like, from the bottom of my heart, what I did was, you know, effed up. What I did to you was unfair. You don't have to forgive me for this, but I just want you to accept this apology. Hold on, my voice is dying. Yeah, so like, I don't know where that is. So I'm like, if you want to be friends still, if you just want to talk, I'm still down. They don't talk to me. His brother, on the other hand, ended up playing games with me. And the guy that, made the PowerPoint, we'll call him PowerPoint guy, he heard that he played games with me. And so he actually, confronted him. It's like, hey, why are you playing games with Day? Who said you could play games with Day? And in my head, I was like, yo, why are you trying to control these people? Why are you trying to manipulate them? Like, you're going on a power trip right now, making sure that everyone's in line. That's not how friends are supposed to be. Let someone control their own decisions and actions. You do not get to control that. That thing pissed me off even more. I was like, let them be who they want to be. Let them choose who they want to hang out with. Don't control it. Like, that stuff is just messed up, to be honest. Later down the line, actually, someone was actually messing up within the fan group, and she wasn't really mentally there, and they actually wanted to kick her out. My other friend that's in the group, that's on both sides of between me and them, he told me that, and I was like, yo, that's so effed up. Like, they're on a power trip right now. Who gets to stay, who doesn't in the friend group? Oh my god, like, that just gets me all riled up. I'm like, what the hell? I was just the first one. Pretty much. But funny thing within that group is I was the most supportive one. I was the one making sure that everyone was okay, everyone's doing great, everyone smiled, they were all laughing. I was making sure that everything was good to go, everyone was enjoying their time. I'm out of the equation now. I asked my friend, so there's two friends that I'm close with, and they're in both groups, and I asked them, hey, how are they doing? Like, I'm just curious, and I still kind of, there's some of them I'm still like, you know, worried about. Some people I really don't care, you know, but I'm still worried. As a human being, I'm worried about them. So I asked them, hey, how are they doing? And they're like, oh, they're just the same usual, you know, staying in this place, doing the same thing over and over again. I'm like, oh, really? Cool. Okay, they haven't changed. They haven't changed since high school, pretty much. They haven't, honestly. I felt like I wasn't changing while I was staying there. I honestly think that leaving that group, it was a stepping stone for me, and uh, I want to say that it allowed me to grow as a person, which I think I take as a really good valuable lesson. And it's like similar to relationships, apparently. Like, you know, when you break up with someone, you're growing. You learn more about yourself, what you did wrong, what, you know, how you can better yourself, and you just grow as a person, which I think was a good stepping stone for me. But yeah, losing my friends hurt, and through that, I wasn't able to actually trust anyone. Um, it actually, I don't really show my emotions much either, but I ended up crying a lot. I was really depressed, and I had no clue what I was gonna do, cause those were my gaming buddies. I would be playing games with them. I'd be, you know, um, talking to them every day. I was on a group messenger. I was always talking. It's like, hey, what you guys doing? You want to play games? You want to do so and so? Yeah, I was making sure that, you know, we're all playing games, having fun, right? But that essential part of me, that routine, was gone, and I really did not know what to do. And so I just focused on actually work at that time. I was just working at Starbucks, and then I ended up actually getting my dog, Moo, which is the best thing in my life. Not to be honest, but also the worst thing that happened because I have way too many responsibilities at this point. Oh god, my voice is dying. Give me a moment. Oh, okay. Hopefully, I have more to discuss, more to go through. Yeah, losing my friends hurt, and I really couldn't trust anyone at that point. Like people who I thought were close to me, brothers, friends, I thought would be with me to the end of the earth. Back pretty much let go of me, disconnected, cut me loose, and that allowed me to not trust anyone as much. Like I was there, but not fully there, you know, and that just destroyed my self esteem as well. I lost my one routine, and I started doing things like I didn't really know what to do. I was actually at that time I started listening to ASMR. I listened to a certain ASMR artist, and that actually pulled me through for the rest of the year. Actually, like it helped me. I felt more relaxed listening to their ASMR. It's my saving grace. She won't know that. Uh, she's a streamer too. She posts things on YouTube and she streams, and she does mostly now ASMRs on her streams, which I tune in every Monday or Tuesday as much as I can, cause like that's my only relaxation. ASMR has like really bad stuff like into it, but it's good. I don't like eating ASMR. It's just like ear cleaning ASMR and stuff. It just makes me calm, you know. Um, and now I hang out in Discords pretty much. Now I'm on Discord 24/7. I'm stuck with my Discord friends, Discord friends that I never knew that I would be friends with. People that I didn't know that I would actually be friends with. People I barely see face to face. People I barely know their face of are a lot closer than what I had before. And they were close to the point where they would call out my BS when it needs to be, which I'm grateful for that. And I know I'll be like, okay, I understand. All right, for sure, I'll work on that. You know. So yeah, I know what backstabbing feels like. I know what it feels like to be cut off from friends, and I know from what it feels like to cut someone, like pretty much block someone without telling them anything. I regret that the most. That's my worst decision that I make. And I really just wish these people that I used to call friends told me sooner, so I could have fixed it and we could be still friends. But to be honest, I think of this as a learning moment and a blessing in disguise, because without them leaving me, without them cutting me off, I wouldn't have met the people I know today on Discord. And I feel like that's a blessing in disguise. Now, yeah, pretty much. It's crazy though, the amount of people and friends I have, and the community I've built up is it's really a blessing in disguise, and I'm really grateful for that. Now, this next story is a little bit more depressing, more like, I don't know. I'm not gonna go fully into detail for this next story, as um it's technically somewhat my fault that this happened, and I don't know. It might have been my fault, but I'm not too sure. I kind of blame myself for this. So my brother and his ex-girlfriend of 7 years broke up 2 years ago, technically. I think around, yeah, 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. I don't remember. It's been a while. Um, and I used to call her my sister-in-law because of how long they were dating. So a while ago, I was like, "Yo, sister-in-law, let's play Val. Let's play Val." And this was before all the e-dating stuff even actually happened. So like, Valorant's still new and stuff, and I was actually playing Valorant pretty well, a lot often. And I was like, let's play Valorant, let's go. She was an advocate for League of Legends, and I was like, let's play Val, let's come on. Because I just wanted someone to play Val with me at that time. And so, fast forward, she did, and ended up playing Valorant with me for a bit, and then I ended up getting really busy with life. And so I stopped playing Val for a bit, but she ended up playing more into Val. And she ended up playing more Val than I did. And sooner or later, she actually formed a group of her duos, trios, 5-man group. And this is where it got complicated. And this is where e-dating started to happen more often. She started hanging out with them more. And then she ended up meeting them IRL, which was a red flag. And I was like, yo, that's kind of weird. But that's not my relationship, That's me. That was my brother and her. So when she actually went out on that one IRL meetup one day, she went out, and my brother, she did, give updates to my brother time to time, like, yeah, we're doing this, we're doing that, and then 2 hours into that, it was just no communication, just pure silence. Like, my brother was getting worried, like, because he was like saying, how's she gonna get home if she's drinking, right? He was kind of getting worried for her. So you just, because she turned off her location. I think she turned off her phone at the same time while she was drinking with a bunch of guys. All her Valorant friends were guys. And I was like, yo, this is not good. At that time, I didn't know about e-dating as much within the Valorant community. So, like, I didn't have anything. A couple weeks go by, no updates, right? My brother was being optimistic because he was busy with work. And he was busy getting ready to give her her birthday gift, which was coming up. Her birthday gift was a brand new PC that they were supposed to build together and game together with, and I think everything cost like 2K, 3K. So he actually bought the most expensive stuff. He splurges for her. He's getting ready for all that. I think a week before her birthday, she wanted to talk to him. He was kind of concerned, right? And she ended up breaking up with him. My brother was actually about to cry, and he was actually about to, break. He was like, hey, what did I do wrong? Was it my fault? Like, can you give me some answers? She would not give him answers. She cut off ties with him, and no context, no answers, no nothing. Just break off and leave. My brother was just freaking out. 7 years down the drain, right? He wanted answers. He wanted to know if it was his fault, that he, if he did anything wrong, that he can fix it. Because usually they talk about it and stuff, but she just wanted to cut contacts and just skedaddle, right? Of course, everyone had their thoughts and stuff. My brother had a close friend that used to talk to her all the time, and like, he didn't know how to think about it. Like, he couldn't really give out most answers and questions like for my brother, even though they were close friends. So a lot of people were actually on my brother's side. A lot of people speculate that she cheated on him with those people at those, what I thought was she probably wasn't getting the princess treatment from my brother, and so that's why. And then someone else was giving her attention. That's why she went for that, which I believe, like, that's very shallow, to be honest. But everyone thinks that she cheated on him with those Valorant people. But like, can you believe someone would cut off contacts without giving any context, any answers? Blocking someone without giving a reason? I mean, I was in that position, but like, I felt like shit. Actually, not too long ago, she actually tried to, talk to my brother. This is like 3 years after, like in 2025. or end of 2024, she was like, "Hey, can we talk? I owe you an apology. I owe you some answers." My brother was not having it. He was done with her. After they broke up, like, he was done. He actually went spiraled down to, like, alcoholism for a bit. Something bad happened, and yeah, he actually went on to the deep end, but he's hanging on there. Um, but he just ignored her. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want the answer. He doesn't want to have anything to do with her anymore. Which good. A lot of people are going for it. And the close friend that used to be so his close friend that used to be friends with her as well, he ended up cutting ties with her because, like, he said that she's just going about the same issue over and over again. He's just done with it. He was just done with it. So he ended up leaving her. I was like, yo, that's crazy. But yeah. So I think she's, like, alone now. I don't know what happened with her and her e-dares, but But she's, like, plat in Valorant now. I think almost hitting diamond. I was like, damn, she's actually in that game. And yeah, I know it's a big lore drop that I'm giving you guys all. But I want to ask you guys this: how would you feel if someone you thought was family, close friends, or even a brother or sister to you suddenly cut you off from the face of the earth, like as if you're non-existent? Cut tie, all ties cut loose. Not a single explanation is given. Like, how would you guys feel? Honestly, it feels horrible, regretful for the person that cut it off. If you understand why you cut them off, but like you cut them off without giving them an explanation, that's really unfair. Like, everyone's against you, Like my situation where all my who I thought were friends were, against me, bringing up things from the past where they should have brought up earlier to correct. Like, really? Like, being barred from playing games with that person anymore, getting kicked from the friend group, let alone something, things that happened in the past and it comes up. Like, really? If you had a problem during that time, you should have just brought it up. Like, bro, come on. We're adults here. Act like one. I mean, back then we were all young adults. I mean, we have our problem stuff. Let alone, like, you really want that one past thing to, define who you are? Let alone rumors spreading like wildfire. Like wildfire because someone just didn't like you and decided to ruin your whole career image through lies and misinformation, manipulation, and coercion. I forgot. I had more stuff, but I'm going blank. I'm tired. My voice is dying. It's almost 8 in the morning. But I just really want to tell you guys this. Honestly, it can break a person. Who you thought, like The Rock or something like that, like someone who doesn't break, someone who doesn't cry, they can end up on the floor breaking because of people who they thought was once a close friend, brother, family, being shattered through deceit, lies, and false spread of rumors. And I really do want to ask you guys this, like, how would you guys all feel? Someone you thought was close friends, your closest friend, they just cut off ties with you. Not giving you an explanation, they just don't want to do anything with you. You're gonna want to look for answers. You want to look for some sort of redeeming quality, like, why'd you do this? Why? Like, why? Give me a reason. Tell me so I can fix it. Why did you tell me sooner? All that. What humans should be doing. I just want to tell you guys that someone I thought as, like, honestly, someone I thought of as family and good friends are being pitted against each other right now. It's another VTuber lore drama kind of thing, Honestly, it's not even VTuber drama. It's just drama within friends. And honestly, it pisses me off. Like, just one small incident and everything grows big out of control like wildfire. People are spreading lies, deceit, spreading false rumors. Like, really? Everyone's ganging up one person, outcasting this person, and really it's just because of one simple mistake that they made that they don't even remember doing. And if they did, I believe they apologize. I don't know the full story myself, but like, I just know what it feels like to be on that end. I know what it feels like to be up against the whole town, like 10 versus 1, right? I know how that feels. I've been in that situation. And honestly, like, it's just BS. I'm really pissed at how people are dealing with things like this. And it's just unfair. It's truly unfair. I've never seen this person cry, and they actually broke down on me, and I just felt so bad. Like, really? You guys are grown adults. And you guys are pretty much getting up against one person. And that literally pisses me off. Yeah, not every human is perfect. Everyone has their flaws. What do you expect? If you're judging others, if you're judging a person, what right does that give you? Honestly, you could be judged too. I'm sorry. I if honestly like if they have a problem with me hanging out with this person, confront me. Please confront me. Tell me why. Tell me your reason. Give me a good reason why. And if you want to cut off contacts with me too, I don't care, really. Cause like, and if you decide to find something about me against me, I'm gonna bring up receipts of what you guys did, of what you guys all said, and I will bring you. It'll probably bring my image down too, but it'll bring your image down too, and I will spread it across. I'm not only dragging. I'll drag everyone down, because this is not the first time that happened to a friend of mine. This is the second person. And it honestly happens with 3 people. 3 people are doing this, and it just pisses me off the most. Like, people, come on. We're adults. We're not in high school anymore. Act your age. Act like real human beings. Confront one another. Talk to them. Don't just block someone and not give them an answer. Give them an answer first, and then be like, hey, because of this, I don't think it's safe, to be friends with you. So I'm just gonna block you. Like, that's a good answer. They'll understand. But blocking them without giving an answer, they're confused even more. And other people will get confused unless they get the story of that. And that, honestly, just really, who are you to judge? Who are you to say that? Which I'm really pissed about. Honestly, I honestly won't lay low either. Um, I really don't want to see any more of this high school drama, this two-faced VTuber, two-faced human beings backstabbing people. Honestly, I'm over it. I'm tired of it. Yeah, like I said, this isn't the first time that happened within that group. It happened to me with another mutual, and I'm really sorry that I never took your side. It's kind of late. I now see what's happening, and I now know who the real people are and who aren't. And I'm really sorry for not taking your side. And I really am sorry. I know where the real problem lies and who are actually deceitful, lies, and malicious. And I know who's spreading false rumors. Yeah, everyone has their faults and stuff, but like, really. And I am walking on thin ice and hanging on by a thread with certain people. Like, they're really close for me to cut contacts off of. Like, I thought they were cool people, but really, turns out they aren't. And they're two-faced, backstabbing, talking behind people's back. It's just really, it's really, honestly, I'm tired of this stuff. Like, not everyone's perfect. We're human. We're supposed to be imperfect. Yeah, so like, who gives you the right to judge others? I'm honestly, I'm really pissed about this situation that's happening, and honestly, like, I could ruin other people's images too, but I don't do that. I'm not that petty. I'm not that stupid. I try to get the answers from both sides. Try to see on both sides and see what's wrong there. because what's happening to this person is really unfair. And yeah, so if you have a problem with me hanging out with this person, confront me about it, please. Of course, I honestly think of you guys all as friends, good people, family. But if you have a problem with me hanging out with this person, confront me about it, talk to me about it. Don't just block me off. If you just block me off, I will I won't spread rumors. I will expose you of what you said in certain places. So please talk to me before you do something rash and stupid like blocking people off without giving them any answers. Because that's just stupid. I'm just sick and tired of these high school kids, high school children feelings. Like honestly, like just because one person did not end up getting what they wanted and decide to spread some rumors just so they could be on your side. Everyone always goes with it, with yeah. And then they make a bigger deal out of this, and they decide, hey, instead let's try to pin something. Let's dig something out from the past, and we'll just blame it on that, and we'll use that because like you making false rumors, you making lies, that's gonna catch up to you, and then people will find out of who you actually are. And honestly, the past will catch up, lies will catch up. So stop digging yourself a hole. Apologize to each other. Apologize. Don't hide in your own corner. Like I'm pissed and done with it. My voice is dying. I want to sleep. Anyways, guys, thanks for this tuning into this podcast. Big lore drop, big update. I know. I might have some streams. I don't know if they watch this, then nope, there might not be a stream. I might be hanging out with other people. Who knows? But thanks again for supporting me. Donations are here and there. GoFundMe still working and stuff. Thanks for hanging out with me and listening on this rambling. My voice is dying at this point. It's kind of crazy that I'm still talking. You guys like this voice? My raspy voice? I don't know if I could still do it. But yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap. 2-3 hour nap. It's kind of hot now. And then I will probably stream, maybe, hopefully. Anyways, yeah, one thing. How would you guys feel if you were cut off?